Dat V, hopefully I said your name right, man, wants to know how can I create space to do my crossovers when my defender is guarding me closely? Awesome question. Coach Jesse Mincher with Get Handles, and in today's edition of On Court Answers, I'm going to show you the best way to create space so you can get that crossover off. At its core, this is so simple, but I'm going to give you some advanced ways to go about this because defenders aren't always going to just cooperate with what it is that you want to do, right? It's their job to pressure you, hound you, make things difficult. So at its very basic, whichever hand's dribbling, you can either sidestep to that direction to create space for your crossover. Now, if you'll notice though, if I cross over, I put the basketball right back in my defender. We'll get into that in a second. But the other way would be to just step back. That'd be the more basic, simple, easy way to create a little bit of space to get that crossover off. And if they try to come and pressure you as you're about to go into this crossover, they're not gonna be able to stay with you neck and neck every step of the way. So if you do that step back quick, that'll create that space to do that crossover. And as they're closing the gap, you can easily get past them from that crossover. So that's the more simple way of going about it. If you come this way, again, same thing might happen though. They might try to close the gap with you tight, right? What I would recommend you do in that situation is don't come completely sideways. Do it a little bit of an angle back. So now they have that little bit of space between you and them where you can get that crossover off, and as they're closing the gap, again, you can get past them easily. Now, I know a lot of you guys are wondering, well, coach, even when I do my step back, the guy always just stays real tight with me and I don't got the space to get the crossover off. What do I do? Got some solutions for you in the next section here. Okay, so you got that defender that just stays neck and neck with you no matter where you move. You just can't get enough space to get that crossover off. What do? Got some solutions for you right here. But real quick before I get into them, make sure you click that like button and leave me a comment down below if you got any questions. I'll be answering the best questions, the ones that I haven't covered in videos before on my channel in the next edition of On Court Answers. And of course, make sure you click that subscribe button and get on the notification squad so you can catch the newest videos the second they come out, and you can catch these answers, especially if it's your question. So what we're gonna do for this is you can either, again, step back or sidestep, right? Now, don't get bogged down in the mindset of, coach, I gotta get my crossover off. A lot of players just wanna cross people up so bad, right? First of all, what I'm gonna tell you is, if you got the angle here, you know, say your defender's moving with you neck and neck, but you still got the angle to step through, take the opportunity to drive, right? Don't be so worried about getting the crossover off that you're doing a move that just doesn't make sense for the situation, or even from your step back, right, if you got that angle. Now, let's say you just absolutely need to get your crossover off because the whole court is just cluttered over here. There's no opportunity for you to drive, and over here there is. That's an ideal reason why you would still need to get that crossover off, right? Here's what you want to do. If they're staying neck and neck with you, stepping back or stepping to the side, what you want to do is give them a step to the opposite direction, almost as a setup step. Okay, so if I'm going to do a step back, I'm going to step forward and then come back. If I'm going to do a side step, I'm going to step that way and then come back. What that's going to do is give them that little reason to either A, freeze up, or react to this movement. So now when you come back to this way, now you have created separation, right? And again, then when they try to close that gap, you get that timing right and the spacing right so you can get the crossover off, and then you can beat them, okay? Simple solution that you can take advantage of and, you know, really beat a lot of defenders just by doing that little extra setup. Stepping to the side, stepping out, then crossing over, or stepping forward, stepping back, and then crossing over, okay? That's gonna give you that little bit of extra space you need, make your defender have to shift around a little bit more, and that's gonna make it more difficult for them to stay with you. Now, I've got one last, even easier way for you to create easy separation, which I'm gonna cover in this next part. Okay, this last technique is my favorite because it's probably the easiest, and it's gonna free up space for you, not just on this play, but plays going forward, because you're gonna get in your defender's head and they'll start to respect you a little bit more off the dribble. Before I get into it though, I got a free workout for you that's gonna help you a ton with creating space from your defender, getting a nastier crossover, getting moves that are effective, and getting more of that extend type handle. You'll see what I'm talking about when you get the workout. Just click the top link in the description down below, pop in your email, and I'll send that to you instantly for free. It's already helped thousands of players. I'm sure it'll help you too. So here's what the tactic is, and it's so easy. You can either do this from a side step, or you can do it from a step forward, okay? All you're gonna do is make that step bigger and just work on the angle a little bit more. So if you're gonna step with this more forward step, usually you'll wanna do it with the opposite foot. So if the left hand is dribbling, the right foot will step forward towards the left, because now I have protection over the basketball. So for those tight pressure defenders, you'll have that opportunity to get a good step past them while you still have protection, okay? Now, if you don't have the angle, let's say your defender's too tight to do that, all you want to do is take a little side step, so boom, that frees up that angle, right? Notice how I barely move this foot. If I'm here, I can't really get through, right, without running right into them. I just take this little step here, boom, opens that up. That's all it takes, okay? So that's how you can open that opportunity up. But from there, all you're gonna do is take a good, hard, quick step, get low. What's gonna happen from there is you get past this foot, as a defender, they're gonna be like, man, I gotta recover. And they're gonna go flying. All you have to do is stop. That's it. You could maybe even take a little step back if you want, but all you really will probably need to do ever is just stop. Because they're gonna take off flying and you'll create separation just by stopping. From there, you can get your crossover off, shot, whatever else is that you wanna do. Now, the other option, the other way of going about doing this would be more of the side step, right? Well, again, you want to put that defender in that danger zone type of mentality, right? That you're gonna get past them. So the only difference with this one is you're gonna step with this foot now, okay? And you wanna step more here, okay? Now this will be a little more obvious. Before we talked about that little side step to create this big step, this one you want to be a little bigger, more obvious, more apparent. Try to get about even with their foot or past it. But you gotta be more careful with this one. A lot of players have a tendency of dribbling out here where the defender can get to the basketball. Keep it back here behind your foot, preferably behind your butt, okay? And just make that step hard. That's all you're gonna do. Just stop from there. Guarantee you'll create separation if you can get past that foot right there. And since you're stepping with this outside foot, even if they're playing tight on you, you can create this angle almost any time you want, right? Almost especially when they're tight to you, because now it's really easy to start getting past this foot. Just make sure you're using this active offhand to protect the basketball, keeping the basketball behind you, and this step is happening hard. From there, again, all you gotta do is stop, and if you wanna get that crossover off, you absolutely can. So if you found this video helpful, make sure you click that like button, click that subscribe button to catch the newest videos, and check out this video and this playlist. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for more, and make moves today.